Hey, Tony.
Two, one.
Boom! And welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Cedar Run Decoys. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver. You can come by and see Cedar Run at Delta at Oklahoma City, and we'll be at the Ducks Expo in Memphis, Tennessee. They have a new line coming out, the Big Honker collection, coming pretty soon. Going to be a Mexican tree duck. It's going to be pretty badass.
What is his plan between Oklahoma City and Memphis? Back to Michigan?
No. I told them they could come here. But I think they're going. I don't know. I asked.
You did your part.
We got the boys from Pacific have been staying with us for a couple of days, and they're going to be going to directly to stay with Stacy Coker.
Those are the peons of Pacific.
Yeah, they're the Gopher boys.
They're the
Trevor's flying back and forth.
Trevor's going back and forth in style, first class.
Yep, and poor Jurgis, he's there making money, and he's a mad scientist at Pacific. I figured out it's got to be Jurgis.
Yeah,
I think is he the brains? You think? And Trevor's the marketing guy.
Yeah, Trevor's the face.
Yeah,
Trevor's the kissing babies, shaking hands.
Yeah,
and then you got a couple minions out there that haul the trailer all over the deep south.
That's what they do, and they're staying here, and then we're all going to stay at with my good friend Stacy Coker at their lodge, him and Dusty's place. Be a good time.
Yep.
Andy's over there, a little sore today from jiu-jitsu, son, huh?
Just everything. Everything's catching up to me.
You got to be old and fat doing
busting out concrete at a rent house, and
no,
it's all catching up.
You almost died this week, honestly. Come pretty close, right?
Yeah, probably.
What a stupid way for someone like you to go.
Yeah. So the concrete saw that I had just like a lawnmower motor on it, and I did not have the place properly ventilated. And I was like, man, I sure am getting tired. I thought I was in better shape than this. Apparently your brain needs oxygen and not carbon monoxide. So I had a little bit of carbon monoxide poisoning when you and Tony were jacking around at SquadFest. I was fighting for my life.
Jacking around at SquadFest. Working.
Getting that O2.
Well,
I don't know why anybody would want to go out that way. It was not pleasurable. The headaches, I had 2 days of headaches because I didn't get far. I didn't finish the job on the first day, so came back the next morning. Only had the thing rented for 24 hours, so didn't sleep the night before because I knew I had to go back in there. And anyway,
you almost died.
I properly ventilate the place, get fans going, and it still wasn't enough. Like I still had a headache, felt nauseous, dizzy. I would say confusion, but I think I'm confused most of the time. So
that would have been a huge loss. Telling you right now,
y'all would have figured it out.
I would have had two little boys that would have been coaching baseball and doing all that stuff, and I'd really have to get in shape. No,
kids are resilient; they bounce back.
No, not that. That would have been a tough deal.
It would have been a transition period, but
yeah, we wouldn't be having no podcast no more.
There's enough YouTube shit out there. You can find somebody to push some buttons.
It wouldn't be the same. I got to have a liberal sidekick to argue with.
Liberal.
So, talk about SquadFest real quick. So me and Tony went to SquadFest. We went on Friday, came back on Saturday. We had Michelle's birthday party, so we came home for that. I look back at that. I drove to St. Louis on Thursday, was there Friday, and drove home Saturday. That's a long freaking drive.
Yep.
But somebody asked me, so why didn't y'all fly? If we fly, save about 2 hours.
If that. It's 3 hours to the airport. Then you got to get there early.
So you got an hour and a half. That's 4.5 hours.
Then it's going to be an hour flight no matter what.
That's about a 2 hour flight. Hour and a half. That's 6 hours. Time you get a car, rent a car in St. Louis, you're 7.5 hours in. So
might as well have a vehicle.
2 hours away. And we did something smart this time. Usually we drive our own vehicle. We rented some little hybrid looking Sonata, I think is the name of it. Nissan Sonata or something. I filled it up one time, $18. Now y'all are like, oh bullshit, blah blah blah. It had half a tank of gas cost me $18. over half tank.
That's all it used?
Almost 600 miles. We filled up when we got it was full.
You should have got a Tesla, Jeff.
We filled up. I don't want to find a place to charge a damn thing. Plus I didn't have 3 hours to kill to charge it. So anyways, it cost us. I figured it out the other day. It cost me less than $100 to drive to St. Louis and back, and use their miles. And it cost $200 to rent the damn car. So it cost me $300. That's how much fuel it would have cost in a truck.
Yes, in the pickup.
Yeah, so it worked out really good. But
usually doesn't work out that way.
The Dive Bomb's new
headquarters
is an amazing. It looks like going in a Cabela's or a Bass Pro Shops in the waterfowl department.
Yeah, I was jealous of you guys as I was sucking in oxygen slowly. It looks amazing.
It is
really
amazing, and we got to go on the back tour of the back. Not everybody else gets to go in there, I don't think, but we got to go in there and their warehouse system and
you're
stuff.
Just really throwing your weight around this morning.
Yeah, I
aren't
did.
You?
Yes, I used the VIP clout that I am, and we got to go in the back and see that. And Asher gave us a tour of everything, and they got some really cool products. They got some new shoes out that look like Hey Dudes, and they sell a lot of apparel now. Lots of apparel, a lot of women's apparel now. Visit with Asher and Kelly, his wife. His wife's a beautiful lady. She must have bad eyesight. That's all I can figure out. But it was a good time. It was really hot the first day. It was hot Friday, and then we came home on Saturday. It rained Saturday morning a little bit, so it kind of cooled things off. But it's just typical July and outside in St. Louis. A lot of call makers there. I got to visit with my friend Roy Carter at Carter's Big Island. I really enjoy him a lot. We're close to the same age, and I'll bet my dad and his dad were friends or knew each other because they only grew up about 20 miles apart. And Ron knew everybody. Yeah, he's a carouser. So got to visit with him, visit with Hunter Grounds for a little bit. Got to see the greatest goose caller in the world, Corey Nickham, and Trevor Shanahan both.
I don't even know if Corey can blow a goose call.
Corey won duck. I'm sure he can. Anyway, Corey and Trevor got to visit with them. Saw Mikey. Mikey's added about 42 pounds.
Good for him.
It was a good time. Pacific has got our 1000th episode call.
Yep.
And I had to sign a few of those. People were buying them there. It's a box. And it's got a really cool, I don't know if you can put this.
I got it right here.
Put it on camera if you can do it. It's got a really neat thing that Andy wrote on the inside forward, I think.
Well, I wrote it and then I gave it to ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT evidently gave me a typo that Mother pointed out. I've read it again and I still can't find it. Anyway, this is the box if you're on YouTube or watching on Spotify. This is the box right here. They did an amazing job. They got their logo on it, and then you open the box with a fancy little clasp that I'm sure Alex picked out because Trevor is what Trevor is. And then we got this that ChatGPT wrote with my help. I'm fixing to show it to you. Where is it? Right here where it says... First, second, third, fourth, or fifth paragraph?
Third paragraph, third line, the first word, welcome his.
Third...
See it? 7 years more, and then welcome his youngest
Andy
son.
Welcoming. There should have been a space there.
Yep. But it is a cool box.
Well, it can't be. I can't be perfect. Anyway, it's got a little journal in there. So if anybody wants to, Jeff and I have both signed this and wrote a little bit on the front. But keep your hunting logs for this season or whatever, and then a couple shotgun shells from Boss. We got our logo on it. Podcast out 1000th episode. Got a money bag in here. I guess I can turn it around this way, and then have a wooden 530 goose call. So
it says 1000th episode on it too,
cool.
right?
And then on the barrel, 1000 episodes, and then there's only 24 of these. So
right. I think they're going to make a few more because we're going to Delta and Ducks, and they have some at the shop they're going to sell. So it'll be more than that because they sold some. Anyways,
if you see it at Delta or if you're in Memphis for the Duck Show, grab one of these because they are limited supply.
And me and Andy we will sign them if you'd like us to. I signed the ones in St. Louis. Now, we're also going to have one that we're going to do a raffle on here at the lodge. And me, Andy, and Clay Reed is going to sign it. And Clay is going to be our 1000th episode guest.
Yeah.
And Clay is going to sign it also, the Coyote Man. All three of us will autograph it. And we are going to raffle off an evening or an afternoon. We'll get all the logistics down. Varmint hunt with Clay here at the Big Honker Lodge. Come in the Big Honker Lodge. do a varmint hunt with Clay one afternoon and evening, spend the night, have dinner, and then do a goose hunt the next morning. And we're going to raffle them off, and that money will either go to my dad's scholarship fund or to the Gold Star hunt. And we're going to raffle off 100 tickets at $100. Mm-hmm. And if they don't sell, then I'll lower them. But I don't think we'll have any problem selling 100 tickets $100. So anyways, we will have all them details. I will have that out on Instagram and Facebook before long on the details, and you can Venmo me, but there's going to be 100 chances and there's going to be $100 a piece, and that money will go towards the Gold Star hunt and towards my dad's scholarship fund.
There you go. Just split it in half. Half can go to the
Gold Star, half to scholarship. But anyways, that's what we're going to do for everyone, or that's what we are doing. So anyways, we were very excited about that. And, but anyways, SquadFest was really good. At Pacific Boys done a really good job. So hats off to Dive Bomb with their new facilities. And it's crazy that mall they're in was a big mall at one time, and everything is private industries there, and every building, every business around there is gone.
Oh, wow.
It's nuts. It's like someone just took a little section of St. Louis and said, we're not going to have nobody here.
So we're done with it?
I'm assuming they got a real shitty neighborhood close to it, and whoever done the planning when they built these malls and stuff was not putting that into the plans.
Right. I don't know.
I mean, everything's closed. There's a Cabela's there, and then there's Dive Bomb.
Oh, Cabela's is close, huh?
Cabela's is open. That's the only thing that's open over there. Uh-huh. But there is a Cabela's there, and there's a Dive Bomb.
Nice.
But you can go in Dive Bomb studio or into their warehouse. You know, they're a direct-to-consumer shopping, but you can go in there and buy the shoes. You can buy everything. And so there's going to be a lot of people that will go to Kansas City or to St. Louis just to go to the Dive Bomb store.
That's awesome.
It's going to become a, what's the word I'm looking for? A destination.
Yeah.
A tourism destination for them. So good for St. Louis. The governor of Missouri was there.
Wow.
On Friday, and they had a ribbon cutting ceremony, I think a couple of days before that.
That's awesome. So I saw the ribbon cutting thing, but I didn't know the governor was there.
Governor was
that's
there.
Awesome. Great.
All right, good now, since we're talking governors,
Governor,
we're going to get into some politics.
Oh, great.
I think you're going to be wrong.
About what?
You said the other day that no one will be arrested in the Epstein case.
Yep.
And I'm not debating that part of the deal.
Okay.
That part. But there's been a lot of things that have happened since then. Mm-hmm. I think we're fixing to see some arrest on the Obama administration, what they done with Hillary and the laptop. It's just come out now that the Obama administration, Obama himself, told them not to investigate the Hillary laptop. Get rid of it. We don't need it. It's not good for her politics, basically. Second, it's come out that Obama had a meeting with the National Security Council, which was James Clapper, Comey, Susan Rice, after Trump had won the election, and said, you know what, we can't get him in office. This ain't going to work. This is not good for this country. We've got to do what's best for the country. So they started the Russian dossier in that building. Then a couple of weeks later, Comey goes to Trump Tower to sit down with President, supposed to give him a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a talk, a update on what's going on in the world, a national security
first briefing.
Briefing's the word I'm looking for. Briefing. Instead of doing that, he comes in and says, hey, we just want to let you know that we're aware of this Russian, that you colluded with the Russians, and we're going to start an investigation. Mm-hmm. Trump don't know nothing about it, of course. I don't know what you're talking about. You can investigate all you want. I didn't do nothing with the Russians. Well, we're going to start investigating. But instead of just doing an investigation like they can, they had to leak it somehow. And it got leaked out to the press to try to circumvent his presidency. Also, it's come to light, and I have not read more details on this. This is just coming out, breaking news, that they okayed an assassination attempt on the president before he was to get elected, that a whistleblower let them know about it, and they stopped it. Now, Trump was the good guy when he got in office. He did not, he even said that he didn't want to prosecute Hillary, just let dead dogs die, and that'll be it. I don't think that dead dog's die is going to go after they shot his ass in Butler, Pennsylvania. But Obama is neck deep in this shit. Now, he's got immunity because of what the Supreme Court come out and said, I think, as a sitting president. They say on treason it doesn't matter. I don't think anything is going to happen to Obama at all. But I do believe that Comey, Clapper, John Brennan, Susan Rice, and some of those people are going to fry over this. Wow. There's too much evidence. You cannot. They covered up that JFK shit, but we didn't have social media like we have today.
Right.
And looking back now, if it wasn't for TikTok and X, we would never have Trump as president now.
Probably.
Because they could modify everything you said. How many times did we get shut down for medical misinformation on ivermectin?
Yeah, it was a lot back then.
And they controlled everything.
I just,
I think some big fish are going to fry on this one. I don't think it's going to be Obama, who should. He was involved.
I would be willing to wager something. I just don't know what.
On what?
That nobody fries. I've got a hair tickling me.
I think on this one it's going to. It's too big a news now. ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, they're not going to want to cover it until it's too late. Mm-hmm. But everything they do cover, then they come back and they say, well, it's all past us now. There's no sense for getting into this. Bullshit. We can't keep kicking down the road on this stuff. We've done that since the JFK murders or assassinations and the RFK assassination. How many other people did we put down as a government that we didn't know about?
Yeah, I don't know. I did see yesterday that Tulsi Gabbard released the MLK files.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see what is in that. I'll let TikTok do its thing and tell me what I need to know.
On my drive in, I was listening, and she just sent a letter to the Department of Justice to process this Obama stuff, the full investigation. They're going to get to the bottom of this and the people, and we are going to arrest people. We will see. Now, Pam Bondi, who I can't decide if I trust or not, is getting a warrant to sit down with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, I read something about that on Twitter today. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Probably won't be able to. Before we get to that, Chargers face a class action lawsuit from season ticket holders over relocation of the 2025 home game against the Chiefs in Brazil. Season ticket owners are suing the Chargers.
Do you blame them?
That's bullshit.
That they're suing them?
No. It's bullshit that they moved a divisional game to Brazil.
Yeah, I agree. It's not. That's bullshit. If you want to play in Brazil, play a game that's against Jacksonville or somebody that
right.
Any team. It don't matter. Just not nobody in your division. But then people pay money to have season tickets.
And the Chiefs is probably one of the big ticket draw.
Yeah. Well, if you buy season tickets to the Chargers and you get 9 games or 8 games, depending on what, because it's 17-game season now. So you get 9 games, and your ticket package, I'm just for shits and grins, cost you $3,000 for your 9 tickets. Well, you can sell them Chief tickets for $500 a piece. Mm-hmm. So you're thinking, you know what? If I got 2 tickets, it cost me $6,000. I can get 20-30% of my money back for one game.
Yeah,
and they do that. I've known people that have Chief tickets that do that shit. They'll go to
stink or something.
They'll buy 9 or 8 games, and then they'll sell half of them to pay for their games, and they'll have their tickets for free for the year.
Right. Okay, found it. Benny Johnson on X. Big news. AG Pam Bondi just announced she is meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell to expose. I'm gonna freak out about this fly.
Get that fly swatter.
Where's it at?
I don't know, but it's
to expose the truth about Jeffrey Epstein, a truly unprecedented move. Bondi seeks to find uncharged third parties and further evidence of Epstein's child trafficking operation. Bondi also ordered further disclosure from the FBI and DOJ. Okay, this is a quote. Therefore, at the direction of Attorney General Pam Bondi, I have communicated with counsel for Ms. Maxwell to determine whether she would be willing to speak with prosecutors from the department. I anticipate meeting with Ms. Maxwell in the coming days. Until now, no administration on behalf of the department had inquired about her willingness to meet with the government. That changes now. That's a big about face from what you told us a week ago.
Yes, that we didn't have nothing.
We got nothing. There's nothing here. It's dead. There's never been a list. That was all, as Trump said, misinformation by the Democrats.
But did you see what Dershowitz said?
No.
He
said he knows the list.
He come out this week and said the reason that he said people didn't quit blaming Donald Trump. He says this ain't Trump's fault. He goes, there's 2 judges in D.C. that are holding this up.
I feel like Trump is a little bit like Jerry Jones.
Like who?
Jerry Jones.
That's probably a pretty good analogy.
He is loyal to a fault.
He is loyal, and he's got a past.
But I just don't understand. I told you this on the last World on Fire. I said, if there is a list, and this is, let's say Trump is playing chess, which is what all Trump supporters want to, and I voted for Trump 3 times. So I voted for the guy. Everybody in Trump's camp is saying he's playing chess with everybody. But I don't know how you can build trust by 1 week saying that there is no list and then a week later, okay, we're going to investigate the list. Well, it's one or the other.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because you're talking in absolutes here. Because you're saying no, end of story, and then you throw a fit at the press conference for people asking you about, like, how dare we ask the president about this Epstein list that you campaigned on? And, like, how dare you even bring this up? This is old news, blah, blah, blah. And then now it's like, okay, well, let's talk to Miss Maxwell and get to the bottom of it.
I'm with you 100%. I've not understood why we campaigned on it and we haven't done nothing. And
it's not even that. It's not, because like I said, politicians, they'll flip flop on things and all this other stuff. But I just don't know how you can say, I mean, not flip flop, but they say all sorts of things on the campaign trail, and then they get in power and they can't do it. But I just don't understand how you can be, no, it's not there, we got to move on. And then now it's like, oh yeah, it is there and we're going to investigate it.
I believe that, well, they all lie. They're politicians.
Sure.
They're going to lie, anything to keep their job. And that's what they do. And they make promises they're not going to keep. Mm-hmm. I like Trump. I voted for him 3 times. I think he's a good person. I think he's a Christian man. He loves America. There's no doubt he loves America. And he's like all politicians, and he's not a politician, but he is. He's a power. He wants the power. He eats that power up.
Of course.
But he's done a lot of really good things for our country. A lot of good things. This tariff deal, which was such big news, now is not such big news as much anymore. And there's people that's been affected by it. There's no doubt. But he's got a bunch of companies to come to invest billions and trillions of dollars into our economy. And he's done a good job.
I think I got him. I think I got him in a good position.
But sometimes I really believe that he's been using some of this Epstein shit as leverage. Now, everything we've talked about today, if half of it's true about what Obama and them did, that's treason right there. If just half of it, if 10% of it's true, if he intentionally done this, it's a deal. But Trump, I think, is playing the same game Obama did, but in a different way. I think he's using the leverage he has on some of these people on the Epstein list to get his way. I really believe that, because all of a sudden the Supreme Court is going along with him on everything he does. That wasn't happening before.
I still just don't know the flip flop. I think there was a better way to play it a week ago.
I agree with you. I'm with you 1,000% on that. That's been my only thing about his presidency that I have not liked is this Epstein list. Hold on just a minute. Hey, Tony, close that door.
One other thing I don't like about what Trump has done is he said he's going to hold up the Commanders' funding for a new stadium if they don't change their name. That's nothing. That has nothing to do with the president of the United States.
It's Washington, D.C., and it's federal land.
It's got nothing to do with you.
It's federal land.
I think that has nothing to do with you.
Well, it doesn't, but I'm glad you're doing it.
You're stepping in on something that doesn't have any bearing on
there's bigger fish to fry than that.
Yes.
I agree with you on that too. But
inflation's 25% from the dollar's lost 25% of its value in 5 years. Like, let's start figuring some of that out. Let's I think you got more stuff on your hands than what a football team's name is. And pulling their funding.
I would agree with that. I don't think he can pull the funding. I think he
said he was going to step in. I'll pull up his tweet.
No, I read the thing that he said. I don't know that he can do any of that stuff though. He's getting a lot of groups from the Native American side or the Indian side that want him to go back to the Redskins.
They want him to go back. A lot of Native Americans do. And
yes. Someone had a really great plan. They're building on federal land, I guess, this new stadium they want to build. What they need to do is build a big Native American museum that you go through as you go into the stadium. And I thought that would be pretty cool.
Right. I mean, I think it was dumb to change your name
in
the first place, but I don't think that it's the president of the United States' place
I agree.
To say what a football team's name is.
I agree 100% with you.
So these are the things that your lukewarm Trump supporter has a problem with, is that he's
in the middle of stuff he shouldn't be.
Just don't worry about it. Who gives a shit? Run the country. Don't worry about what the NFL's doing.
You know what's crazy? All the stuff like this that's in the middle of the road, and the Democrats can't jump on it because they don't have a message or a person. They have nobody.
Trump's got too much of a message sometimes, I think.
He probably does. But I'm saying you would think the other side would capitalize on this, but there's no way for them to capitalize because they don't even know where they're coming and going from. And AOC, for example, is one of their speakers now that's on behalf of the Democrats. They don't like her. Mm-hmm. The only reason she got in is she won in a district that she was supposed to lose by double digits, and they didn't account for her ground game and people buying into her story. And those people were in a bad situation in bad places. So she replaced a guy that was set in 8 or 9 years that was a very powerful Democrat. Well, they didn't expect her to win. Well, then they got her in her attitude and they can't get rid of her. That's why she'll never be president, because she's not one of the insiders.
2 minutes ago on Twitter, Trump says to go after Barack Obama.
Yeah, they're
directly.
Yeah, that's. I'm telling you right now, Barack Obama's got dirt on his hand, blood on his hands, and dirt. He tried to kill Trump. I'd be the same damn way.
Trump says, after what they did to me, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught lying directly. There should be very, very severe consequences.
He's right.
So,
but Obama's going to have presidential immunity. I don't.
How does that work?
Well, the same thing that's that executive privilege. I agree, and it's treasonous. Because what he did was treason. He tried to circumvent an election. Mm-hmm. It's wrong, and he should pay for that. His legacy will be tarnished forever now. The Democrats think because he's black, sorry, I'm going to use a race card right here, that they're going to get a free pass on him because if they do something to him, everybody's going to be mad. Well, he's not relevant in the black world like he used to be.
Right.
I mean, young kids today don't know who it is. And the kids that are going to go do those looting and shit anyways, they're just looking for an excuse. They'll do something, for anybody. But this big, strong hand for him, it's not going to work, I don't think. But I don't think I think everybody under him is going to pay for this. I mean, it's a serious deal. This is bigger than Watergate. This is the biggest, I don't even know the word I would use, election interference, inside government problem that we've had since the Civil War.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about a sitting president at the time in Obama, the guy that elects to win, that you try to come something dirt on him to get rid of him, and then supposedly you try to set up an assassination attempt on him. And what other president have we had that stayed in Washington, D.C. for after he got out of office?
Yeah.
Obama's there, got his fingers in the middle of everything all the time.
Trump's not letting this go. So it sounds like he's going after the top dog on all this.
Would you? If you were?
Yeah, but I mean,
if someone tried to kill you.
I've not done any, you're telling me this for the first time. I've been busy. Yes, I think he should go after Obama, but what you're telling me with special privileges that a president has, I just don't know if anything's going to come of it.
I don't think they'll do nothing to Obama. I'll be shocked.
I mean, if you start at the top and,
you got to cut the head off the snake.
You'd be happy with the number 2 in the gang, I guess. I don't know.
For people that don't, people still listen to this are political anyways, and we have a ton of people. I have people stop me all the time. They love these podcasts. What's happened is in our government is the D.C. war machine, money machine, deep state as we call it, is both sides of the aisle. It's Republicans and Democrats. And they've kept their same people in. So when someone gets out of office, they just replace them with someone else they want. We dealt with that out here in our district when Mac Thornberry was out. Well, Mac retired to become a government or a lobbyist for some defense department, a defense company, supposedly. That's what I've heard. So if I'm not, I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Left Clarendon, Texas, and now lives in Virginia somewhere in a multi-million-dollar home, making $170,000 a year for 10 years or 15 years, however long he was in, 16. Anyways, when he got out of office, he wanted to put his aide in. It was who he was doing. Well, Ronnie Jackson came here and moved, and we endorsed Ronnie, and a lot of people did, and we helped Ronnie get elected. A lot of people in this area listened to us, and we touted him, had him on 2 or 3 times before he got elected. And now he's been there forever too. But that's what they do. They replace their own guy with someone else. They keep their fingers on everything all the time. And It's the same thing over and over and over again. Well, that's what we've been dealing with. So they own the media. So nobody's going to investigate them. They got the FBI and the DOJ. So they do things that help them all because it all helps themselves. They've all got their fingers in the middle of it and they're all getting rich.
Right.
They don't care about any of us. So I would love to see, if Obama is guilty, I would love to see him fry on the deal. If he's not guilty, I think he should be off. But I don't think he's innocent. I don't think Susan Rice is innocent. They've said too many things.
Has there ever been a former president arrested?
I don't think so. You'd have to go way, way, way back if it was.
But I mean, treason, that's a pretty high crime.
Yeah,
right?
you can hang your ass.
Let's see. Well, that's ChatGPT.
If it's going to, you're going to have to go back to the 17 or 1800s.
Is a former or sitting president.
No sitting president's ever been arrested.
Ever been arrested. No. Let's see. Let's see what ChatGPT says. Well, former President Donald Trump was arrested.
That's it.
He was the first first former president of the United States to be arrested and criminally charged. So Trump is it.
Yeah, there's never been one.
Nixon resigned after Watergate, but was never arrested. Gerald Ford pardoned him, and then Ulysses S. Grant was briefly detained and fined for speeding in his horse-drawn carriage in D.C. 1872. But this was a minor local offense and not arrested. How? So they had a speed? How the?
I don't have a clue. I guess that you just too many clip clops per minute. I don't know.
That's too fast.
Yep.
Slow that horse down.
Go back to John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy's in office. He starts talking about the Federal Reserve. Doesn't want to go to Vietnam. And they clip him. Mm-hmm. CIA does. LBJ's in the middle of it. So then we get Nixon.
Yeah.
Nixon is one of the most popular presidents ever. And they get this Watergate stuff, which I think probably was no different than a lot of other presidents, but they made it. The media buried him. So he left, and they replaced him with a CIA guy, Gerald Ford, who was on the Warren Commission of John F. Kennedy.
Right.
Gerald Ford, they thought, would win again. He loses to Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was a terrible president, but he was really liked by the people. So the people wanted Jimmy Carter. Well, Jimmy Carter got beat by Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan's VP was Bush, CIA. Mm-hmm. Ronald Reagan gets 8 years. Bush gets 4 years. Clinton wins because with the help of H. Ross Perot. So they put Clinton in. Well, Clinton's another puppet of theirs. So they got a puppet for 8 years. They replace him with another puppet, George Bush. And they give Dick Cheney, CIA.
Yeah.
Then they get Obama, the next puppet. And his dumb puppet, Joe Biden. And then we get Trump, who wasn't supposed to win. It's supposed to be Hillary. But that Trump's the first time out since JFK got here. It wasn't an inner guy.
Well, the deep state got his guy with. A lot of people think that Mike Pence was
terrible.
Was the deep state's pick.
I think so too. And now I don't think J.D. Vance is that.
And he
may
so
be,
far.
But he's been really good. But I like Mike Pence the first year or two too. So who knows? But that's kind of the way they do it. But they control their own destiny up there because they get the same people. But then they own the media because the media covered for all this Obama stuff. Proof that the media did it is all the stuff on Joe Biden that's coming out right now. Now, all of a sudden, these people are coming out and writing books about how he had...
Yeah, fucking that Tapper guy, Jake Tapper. I don't see how you can
He's
sit
a fucking
there.
weasel.
I don't see how you can sit there and cover for the guy for 4 years and then write a book.
Yeah.
After.
About the decline of a nation or whatever it's called.
The decline of Joe Biden's cognitive ability. Okay, I want to go back to Ulysses S. Grant because this is pretty funny. You're kind of right. It is. He was going faster than a trot, which is 6 to 8 miles an hour. They think he was going 10 to 12 miles an hour. He was pulled over by William H. West, one of Washington, D.C.'s few black police officers. West had warned Grant the day before for reckless horse riding. Grant did it again the next day, and West arrested him. Grant said, "Do your duty, officer."
He did. Did the guy get fired or keep his job?
$20. He paid around 20. He paid.
No, I wonder if the fireman or the police officer got to keep his job.
It doesn't say. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. $20 fine, around $500 a day. So anyway, that little sidebar.
You know, two of the people that are completely out of touch in the world right now are Stephen Colbert and the girls that played the WNBA.
Man, I tell you what. Wearing those shirts. This is the first year, and I don't even know if have they turned a profit this year officially.
No, they won't even. I don't even think this year.
Pay us what we're worth.
Well, they would all owe money.
Yay.
They lost money every year. If they were not propped up by the NBA, I think they're 27 years there's been a WNBA or 22 years. I don't think they've never ever made a profit.
Well, that's ChatGPT.
The only reason they're relevant right now is because of Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
I hate to tell them that. They don't want to hear that stuff, but she's what made them relevant. She's the reason that Jeff Stanfield, if there's nothing on TV and the Indiana Fever playing, I'll turn it on to see how she's doing. When she was out and when she's not playing, I don't even look. I don't care. But when she's played, I watch because it was interesting. But she's the reason why. And Angel Reese can't shoot for shit, but she gets the me bounds all the time. That lady, people watch her screw up all the time. So she's good because people watch her because they don't like her either. So you got two people that are complete opposite. That the reason people watch, they don't like either one of them, but There's a big portion of people that like to see Caitlin Clark, and there's some people that want to see Angel Reese score more than 10 points a game, I guess. But that's it. When Caitlin Clark wasn't playing in the All-Star game, at the All-Star game, they're in Indiana, their tickets went for like a third of what they were going before.
Yeah.
There's no demand. If you can't get people through the gate and you don't have a big TV contract, nobody's watching you.
The WNBA has never turned a profit. Losses range from $10 million annually up to $50 million last year they lost. They lost $50 million in the year of 2024. Let's see here what else it says. National revenues surged from around $100 million in 2019 to $200 million by 2023. And then now you got Caitlin Clark leading that charge. The league secured a new $2.2 billion media rights deal over 11 years, so $200 million a year, set to begin in 26, which estimates projecting annual rights revenue could grow as high as $260 million a year.
So the league's going to make $260 million
per year.
Per year, starting with this new TV deal.
In this new $2.2 billion media rights, but it's paid out over 11 years.
I wonder who the hell's taking on the big change to this, because I think you're going to see a decline because the game's not that good.
They just better. It's terrible.
It's awful. The game's not good. I don't even like watching. The NBA numbers are down.
Yeah, way down.
People don't watch the NBA, and the WNBA is not. So, and the newness of Caitlin Clark is going to wear off pretty quick. I think.
It will.
And so I think they're in big trouble. I think whoever took this, I think some executive 3 or 4 years down the road is going to get his ass fired for signing off and giving them a big $1 billion contract. I really do. But if they make $200 million a year and there's 20 teams, that's $10 million a team. You've got 12 girls on a team. You still can't pay these girls $500,000 a year and make any money.
Disney, Amazon Prime, and NBC Universal. It was
liberal, and Bezos.
It was not one big one. So I'm guessing it's going to be on ESPN, ABC, Amazon Prime will have a couple, and then NBC, USA, and Peacock will have.
Right now,
they're all going to split them.
Right now, whoever's on charge of that stuff has got Indiana Fever scheduled for next year, and they're like, I want that game, that game, that game, that game, that game. Because that's the only games that people watch. Like when Caitlin Clark, I was going to take the grandkids to see her and play in Dallas, but it worked out. It was a wrong day, and she ended up not playing, so I'd been pissed. Oof. But those tickets were like $150 a piece. Mm-hmm. She wasn't playing. When it come out, she wasn't playing. Them tickets were like $20. And when they originally booked that, the team plays in Arlington somewhere, and I think it's the place that holds 5,000 or 6,000 people. But when Caitlin Clark was playing, the Dallas or Arlington team, wherever, it's a Dallas team, but I think they play in Arlington, they were going to play in American Airlines where the Mavericks do for 20-something thousand people are there because of one person.
Now, let's put a different hat on. Okay. We all know it's a bad product and it's not good. If you had a daughter that was playing in the WNBA and you see the fever that the WNBA has right now, would you not be telling your daughter, you better strike now while the iron's hot?
Only time you're going to do it.
Because like you said, Caitlin Clark, it's going to wear off.
Yep.
Either she's going to get hurt, her play's going to diminish, or people are just going to kind of just find something else to watch.
It's girls basketball.
Right. I don't blame the players for doing this because I think that they see that it is peaked. And if we're ever going to get paid, now's the time to do it.
I'd quit beating up on my star every game.
Well, that's true too.
Is what I would. That'd be like when Michael Jordan, the NBA was popular, but Michael Jordan gave it a huge resurgence.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson had a hell of a feud going. It was a big rivalry, and people got into it when they played each other. And there was other stars. There was no doubt about that. Dr. J was a big star, but you didn't see Michael Jordan was on every commercial, McDonald's, Nike. I mean, it was everywhere all of a sudden. Well, that was good for the whole league. It brought it all up. Mm-hmm. Well, you didn't see the players going out there trying to break his legs every week. He was their paychecks. Because he was good for marketing.
I thought he put on muscle because he had to play the Pistons. I thought they always kind of roughed him up a little bit.
But nobody was trying to cheap shot him and
wasn't
shit.
league-wide. Oh, right.
They're trying to cheap shot her all the time.
Yeah.
But she's the reason they're even relevant. If it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, there wouldn't be.
But they don't see it that way.
They're stupid. That's what I mean.
They don't see it that way.
Just like them come out and pay me what you owe me. Well, for like Brittany Grier, the big she-male, the chick that should still be in Russian gulag, her ass, we should get paid more. We should have for years. You're losing freaking money. What did you not take economics when you was at Baylor? I mean, if you got $100 and you got $200 in bills, you can't pay somebody to work.
Right.
You've lost $100.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real simple formula. And they're not, it's just not a good product. I don't know. It's kind of like girls softball. The Texas and Texas Tech played for it all. So everybody in Texas was into this championship game. But people watch the College World Series because college softball girls is a great game.
Yeah.
It's a very, outside of football, college, pro, and high school, I think it's the best game there is. I don't like pro baseball. Mm-hmm. I like college softball more than I do college baseball.
Yeah.
I think it's the second best sport out there. I think it's better than any of the basketball. And the NIL has killed the NCAA basketball tournament, so it's the last thing we got. But it's popular because it's regional. People from Louisiana want to watch LSU girls play. Mm-hmm. People from Florida. I mean, so you get caught up on these teams that's got these, because it's a regional deal, but it becomes a national thing. Like Tech got the girls softball pitcher. Well, it became a thing where everybody was watching her pitch because she's awesome. It was good for that. Well, now they've got pro softball league. How many games have you watched?
None.
Can you name a team?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing there. Once it's gone. So the WNBA, it's just not. The Iowa girls, when they played in the finals against South Carolina and got beat, had more viewership than LeBron James did in the NBA finals.
Yeah.
Because it was a regional thing that got national attention.
Did you see Shane Gillis at the ESPY Awards?
I heard him making. I think he was more like it should be, like a real comedian.
Oh, it was great. But one of his bits was like, "Hey, I want to welcome so and so. She's a 4-time WNBA All Star." And then the camera pans to her. Everybody's giving her this great big applause. And he's like, "Nah, I'm just messing with you. That's my best friend's wife over there. I knew y'all didn't know any players from the WNBA."
And he's right.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I guess he's catching some flack now because he said Caitlin Clark, when she retires from the WNBA, she wants to go work at Waffle House so that she can do what she does best, and that's beat up black chicks at 3 a.m. Fist fight black chicks.
Sense of humor.
Yeah, but I think everybody's they're coming after it. Which he already got canceled. He was canceled a couple years ago from
He don't care.
Saturday Night Live, and then he got on Rogan's good side, and he's doing well now. But I thought it was hilarious.
Caitlin Clark is the one girl playing in the league right now. And Angel Reese got a tennis shoe out. She probably won't have to worry about finances again. But Caitlin Clark will never have to worry about money the rest of her life. I think she's got a $20 million deal with Nike.
Probably.
I mean, she sells a ton of shoes.
Yeah.
Every little girl wants to be her.
Yep.
I mean, that's it. And then, or not, I'm sure not everyone, but
every white little girl, every white little basketball player wants to be her.
Yeah. You go to those we have a granddaughter that plays basketball. She loves her. But you go to those gyms and those kids where those little white girls wear Caitlin Clark stuff all the time.
Really?
I mean, yeah, she is popular. And that sells stuff. And that's what Nike wants. Mm-hmm. Nike don't care what color she is. She's selling shit.
No.
But you know what? She's a good role model. Other than she hangs out with Taylor Swift some, but she's heterosexual.
What little girl doesn't want to do that?
That's right. That's exactly right. It's like the Chiefs with Taylor Swift. We'll talk about that. She is worth $1 billion worth of media attention for the NFL.
Yep.
I'm not a Swiftie, cannot stand her. Know nothing about her. I'm not a music fan of her. She's very good at what she does. Not taking nothing away from her. She's very talented. Not my cup of tea. But I don't listen to any new music hardly anymore. I'm old. And she gets on my nerves at the football games. But she was huge for the Chiefs bringing in attention.
That's not her fault that she gets on your nerves. That's the network's fault for showing her all the time.
You're right. Like if she was doing anything else, I wouldn't really care. She's irrelevant to me because I don't pay attention to her. But I can't do away with the fact of how popular she is. She's right there with Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson.
Speaking of new music, do you like this song?
Oh God, this is gonna be terrible.
No. It's a cover. Let me see if you like it. It's from a band I've never heard before. Song's all over TikTok right now. So let's see if you like it.
But it's a cover song?
Yeah, it's a cover. Okay, here we go.
Running back, give me 5 whole minutes. I'm thick tar on the inside burning. I got a ghost in the hallway grinning and a heavy head that won't stop turning. If my fate is a bad collision and my mind is an open highway, give me the twilight two-way vision. Give me one last ride on a sunset skyline. Call me when you get the chance.
It's an AI song, isn't it?
Huh?
It's AI, isn't it?
It's AI.
Yeah, I knew that. You know why I know that? Because there's a guy from Knox City area over here that's wrote about has about 3 of these songs now, and he's like won an award or something in their AI.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know about this until about a month ago. Tex told me, our preacher told me about this, but that's what they do now. They just like my dad's deal about who paid. What's the guy's name that laid down to take a nap?
I don't remember. Yeah, I know who you're talking
Not
about.
Rumpelstiltskin, was it?
I can't remember.
But anyway, his dad had a song he wrote part of one time, and it said, "Who paid his old lady's rent the whole time old Rumpel took a nap," or something.
Yeah.
And you could just give that to AI, and someone could come up with a song on it. You don't write the deal. But yeah, I knew when you did it after you started listening to it. But it kind of sounds like that guy that you like, that Steven Wilson guy.
This is a song. It's written by Sleep Token. Never heard of him. Never heard this song before. This came up on my TikTok, and I'm like, oh, that's a really good song. I wonder who sings it. Nobody sings it.
Yeah, you can also tell them to write a song about Stanfield Hunting Outfitters and the Big Honker podcast, and AI can write a song and then have someone sing it, have the song sung. So not only now are you taking away songwriters, but now you're taking away singers.
But like, so OnlyFans has a deal. Like some of the biggest OnlyFan accounts are AI women.
The chicks ain't real?
The chicks aren't even real.
Damn, I wish I thought about that.
So like, but they look so real.
No, I wish I was selling some AI girls on OnlyFans. I wish I could do that.
But like, they don't look like a cartoon character. They look like a real woman. So what's going to happen as AI continues to advance, and in 5 years, you've got this artist that looks real, sounds real, has new music about whatever, and this person does not exist at all.
And it's going to happen more and more.
100% it's going to happen. I think you missed.
But yeah, it is going to happen all the time.
It's just crazy. Like you're going to, there's so many people that are going to get put out of business because we're going to start gravitating towards AI just doing it better and faster. And humans aren't going to be able to keep up with the output. I mean, it takes AI 3 minutes to write a song about whatever, heartbreak in Montana and a lonely bar. Like, it's just going to outpace humans.
What do you think of, you made a comment within the last year about how they were replacing, same thing we're talking about now, they're replacing jobs. Well, I saw there's been a lot of this lately. They're not replacing plumbers and electricians.
No.
If you've got a kid that's going to go to school and he's getting in advertising, you better tell him change his degree plan. Mm-hmm. Same as if you had a family printing business. There's no family print. I mean, I'm sure there's still some printers, but most big print jobs now are Vista Print and stuff like that. You don't have, every town used to have about 4 or 5 big print companies that made good money.
Right.
You don't see much print business. Kodak, they didn't see the digital camera putting them out of business.
No, they did. They tried to suppress the technology.
Okay, there you go. So what we're facing now is, I don't think that you're going to see doctors replaced, but you're going to see a quicker way of getting doctors because they've got this AI. I listened to a podcast the other day, and it was talking about medicine. And they said one doctor and an AI can see 10 times the patients in a day. So when you do telemed now, you can say, I've got this cut on my hand, and you can take a picture of it and show it to them. Do you think that's ringworm, or do you think I have infantigo or whatever it is? And AI can diagnose it right on the spot. You know, I've got blood pressures up, blah, 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 blah. Well, there's some things you're going to have to see a human doctor on, but the AI can work with that doctor and get a lot more done. So
I'm sure we'll still pay out the nose, even though it's way easier for doctors.
Of course, that's for sure. They're never going to get cheaper, but you can relieve some of this stuff in the waiting room with so many people waiting around. Now, I want to see a real person, but I would trust the diagnosis on a lot of things with AI.
For small things, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like you said, if it's a ringworm, just let AI handle it and then clear up the doctors for more shit.
Exactly. So there's
Jameson had one, and that was another thing that came out of COVID. Telemedicine. With the insurance plan that we have telemedicine. Jameson had a little ringworm on his hand. Wasn't going away with what we were doing, so we did telemedicine. Talked to a guy in Alaska. He FaceTimed us. And he's like, yep, that's a ringworm. What pharmacy you want me to call this into? 5 minutes. Didn't have to leave the house. Went to the pharmacy down the street. Done. 10 minutes later. And honestly, it took 10 minutes because the guy talked to us for 7 because he was originally from Tennessee. And
he thought he was Knoxville, probably.
Yeah.
But My last 3 times I've seen Zeke, I did it over telemed.
Oh, yeah.
Did it over the laptop computer, which is great. I like it. I think it's got its place. But plumbers, electricians, guys digging ditches, building fences and stuff, those jobs ain't going to AI.
No.
And those jobs are going to be in big demand. Oh, they're not going to be able to have.
I just saw a video. It was a harvester, all AI, all robots. They were. I can't remember what they were harvesting. Maybe apples or something. Not one human.
We were in. Me and Mom. We were in Madison County, Iowa, where the bridges in Madison County are, and they had robotic. They were cutting alfalfa or something. I can't remember, but it was because the combines were smaller. I go, look at them little combines. Like, fuck, there ain't nobody on them, and they had antennas and stuff, and it was a test deal for Iowa State or Iowa. So it was they were working on learning to do this. That was probably 5-6 years ago.
But I mean, you talk to Blake, and like they're basically on the tractor just to make sure that the computers don't break. It turns for them. It puts out how much spray they're supposed to have. Yeah, it keeps them on track. Like you're basically there just to make sure that shit doesn't go haywire and refill it.
Well, they sprayed our weeds here and stuff with the drone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dustin and them had a drone from Cedar Ridge. They come out here with the drones and did it's the size of in the back of a pickup. It's a big drone. And that's how they sprayed and everything. Lexi filmed it even.
I'm just really starting to believe that. I mean, they said unemployment's going to be 20% in 10 years, and I'm really starting to believe it.
But the 20% of people that are employed are going to be white collar jobs. Most of them, your accountants.
They're not going to pivot.
Your people doing anything, any kind of creative content. Just about a lot of that kind of stuff is going to be gone.
I think you're going to see lawyers, people writing contracts, and just I think
white collar jobs.
It's going to be massive.
But the guy fixing the car.
You know, your trial lawyers aren't going to be like just your regular lawyer that writes deeds.
Court will be all done over computer stuff. They won't.
Yeah, but I don't know that you're going to have AI doing it. But I think that writing contracts and buying houses.
No, but you will submit that paperwork to an attorney instead of having to have a judge instead of having to do it in front of a court. A lot of it will be done over a computer, I think. Mm-hmm. Now, when you have a civil trial or you've got a criminal case. But just little things like real estate stuff that has to be signed off on people will probably all be done without having to sit down and talk to anybody. Will be all just taken care of automatically. But a lot of the jobs that we have that are hands-on stuff is not going to go anywhere. And that's why I've told kids before, if you are a young man and you're in high school, get into HVAC, electricity, plumbing. A plumber, you could come to Knox City, Texas and be a plumber and make a damn good living. Mm-hmm. Because we have one plumber in town and it's always backed up. It takes forever to get him. And then when things go bad, when it's cold and and everything's froze up and shit, then you really can't see him because he's really busy.
Yeah.
And they're not cheap.
I saw a guy on TikTok this morning. He is he's a diver, and all he does is recover things that people lost. People call him.
That's interesting.
Just drop my iPhone in the lake. Goes to him, and he times it.
Charges them by the minute?
I don't know how he charges them, but I guarantee you that guy is making a lot of money, was scuba certified, and was like, what am I going to do with this? And
good for him.
I'll just recover lost items. One lady lost like a Cartier bracelet, diamond bracelet, found it in like 5 minutes. iPhones, Gucci glasses, like people just call him like, hey, lost this here on the dock.
I saw a lady at Possum Kingdom lost about a $10,000 ring the other day, and
they found it.
They got a guy coming and found it. Did you see that too?
Yeah.
I follow 2 people on IG, and I look for it before you come on here, and I can't find them. You ever do that where you follow somebody and then you'll see their shit, and then when you try to look it up, you can't remember the name of them. There's a lady I follow that's a waitress at like an IHOP, and every day when she leaves work, she talks about her day a little bit, like 2 or 3 minutes. Then she sits down at the house and pulls out her tips and goes over her tips every day, what she made in tips. Every single day. Some days she makes $120. Some days she'll make $350. Yeah. And she works hard and stuff, and it's mostly 1s and 5s and stuff. And then she talks about she gets some on credit card and stuff. She's got 100,000 followers. Mm-hmm. She's making more money posting what she does at work every day. Then there's a stripper lady that does it.
Yeah, I see the strippers.
So it's not nothing naked or anything, just talks about their day.
What she make on a Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah, I made $785. If I'd have worked another shift, I probably made another $1,000 or something. Yeah. But I just think it's really interesting. But people are like me, they're interested to see what these people make and how they're doing it. Mm-hmm. So there's all kinds of ways to make a living.
Strippers aren't going to be out of work. The OnlyFans people, that might all go to AI, but People are still going to want the flesh and blood on the pole.
You can still do your AI. You just got more competition for your bucks off of the AI girls. Let's talk about someone's fixing to be out of work. Stephen Colbert.
Yep, they fired him.
I've watched his show maybe 0 times in 10 years.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea. And I heard a good assessment the other day, and it was from maybe Sean Hannity, and I'm not a big Sean Hannity fan. I'm going to tell you right now. But I had a long drive, so I was listening to Fox the other day because I like to listen to the 5, and switched it over, and Hannity was on, so I listened to a little bit of it. And he was talking about Colbert, and he had a good point. He said Stephen Colbert, and he said I called this a year or two ago, and he named it. He said Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, and is it Kimmel?
Yeah.
Okay. He said they're all going to be without jobs here pretty quick because people don't watch those shows no more.
Yeah.
He said, when you used to watch Johnny Carson, now granted we didn't have near the technology we had now and the different ways to watch stuff, but when you'd watch Johnny Carson, he would have Don Rickles on. He would have Burt Reynolds on. Any new movies coming out, he'd have the star of the movie on. You got a new hit song, you'd come on Johnny Carson. He had people like that on all the time. Then he would have just a regular guest, a farmer in Iowa that's 100 years old or something. But people loved it because there was a different group of people there all the time. Very seldom talk politics. It was all about entertainment, life, what's going on. At Christmas time, they do new toys coming out. It's a different world, I know. But Colbert now, you know who's been his number? You know who's had on more than anybody? Take a guess. Number one guest on Stephen Colbert since he's been on.
Biden?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, really? Huh.
Bernie Sanders, boy, he's a lot of fucking fun, isn't he? Adam Schiff's been on 13 times.
Wow.
He's had it was AOC, Bernie Sanders, Adam Schiff's been on, Gavin Newsom. It's all Democratic politicians. People don't want to watch that at the Tonight Show. You know, Johnny Carson might have the president come on once every 3 years or something. But it wasn't over politics. It's the president of the United States when people are still pretty respectful, and both parties weren't that far apart. Now it's completely different. But that's why Colbert's off the deal. And he's another one. They fired him because they weren't making any money.
Right.
They thought they were losing $40 million a year.
Yeah, that's what it says right here. His viewership is down.
2 million people a night.
It actually went up a 1% increase from Q1. Q2 was higher than Q1.
What's he at?
2.4 million viewers in Q2, a 1% increase from Q1.
Joe Rogan, what do you think Joe Rogan's got then?
Oh,
26 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
10 times more.
Jimmy Kimmel, a 3% decline from Q1. He's under 2 million. And then Fallon had a 2% drop in Q2. He's right about 1.1 million. A sharper decline versus Q2 24, around 16%.
Okay, so Joe Rogan by himself.
Oh, yeah, 10 times more than any of those guys.
But you combine the three of those together, and he's probably about 700 or 800% higher than they are.
Right. Yeah.
And they whine because they're well God doing it's just political. No, it's they're not making money for him no more. You know what Greg Gutfeld has? And I don't like his show. 3.5 million people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you combine those three together, and they're just barely above him.
Yeah.
2.2, 1, and under 1 would be about 4. So Greg Gutfeld, between the three of them, almost has the same as all three of them having a night.
Yeah.
There's just nobody watches that stuff no more. But it's because it's not good to watch. You know, you used to watch when it was Johnny Carson, even Letterman and an Arsenio Hall show. They brung out what was going on. You know, new entertainers, new movies talked about. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing interesting about. Can you imagine Adam Schiff being on?
And they've all lost a key demographic, 18 to 49.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, nobody wants to listen to that shit. I'm gonna look up and see who Stephen Colbert's most guests are.
Total viewership is down 9% year to year for all three combined. Down 21% in the demographic of 18 to 49. Which, I don't know. I was never a late night guy, even growing up. I never watched it.
It wasn't like it was when I grew up.
Like, I didn't watch Letterman or Leno or anything like that. So that's missed on me anyway.
Yeah, it was a different time. And it was a different world then. Okay, here's his guest. Andrew Sullivan.
Don't know.
Don't even know who that is. Neil deGrasse Tyson's been on 8 times. Mike Huckabee's been on 7. Chris Matthews, Dan Savage, Kim Burns, Tom Brokaw. That's not it. I saw a deal the other day. It's a whole lot different than this. I don't think it's showing all this stuff. But Stephen Colbert's not even funny even. And they come out yesterday and he said last night he come out and said F Trump and blah, blah, this. If I was CBS, I'd probably just pull it, just say, you know what, we're paying you out, go home.
When's his last show? Has it said?
May.
Next May?
Yeah.
So he's going to go another.
They're 8 months.
10 months?
You're listening. It's a complete disaster for them to keep him on.
Right.
I mean, it really is. He called out Paramount. He called out everybody, and it's terrible.
I think we got a new James Bond.
Who is it?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Who the hell's that?
Good looking kid.
Well, you figured if he's going to be James Bond, he is. I was hoping it was going to be Blake Poppy.
Yeah, well, maybe next time. I'll pull up a picture of him. This kid? They're thinking that's your new James Bond.
Who's they think? I thought you said it was.
They're pretty sure it's him.
Okay.
He could pass as James Bond.
Shave the beard off, get a short haircut.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming he's English.
Probably.
Well, he hit the lottery then.
Yeah, Buckinghamshire, England. 35 years old. Damn it, I didn't do enough in my life. I could have been James Bond.
You're not English.
I could. It's
Have they ever had anybody that's not English?
It's
Pierce
acting.
Bronson is not English.
Pierce Bronson's Irish, and his accent on Mobland was atrocious for being Irish and playing an Irish man. That was a good show, though.
What do you think his best show was ever?
Mobland.
I don't know if I've seen Mobland.
It's on Paramount. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. Tom Hardy.
It's really good then?
Brilliant as always. The worst characters on it are Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren. They drive me crazy.
Oh, I watched the first part and I couldn't get into it. I watched half of one episode. I have tried again. Now, Pierce Bronson was in a show, and I can't remember the name of it. It's in South Texas. Where
The Sun.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
And he does a great job in that.
Yeah. But Mobland, watch it. Oh, so good. Hopefully they kill off Pierce Brosnan or Helen Mirren in season 2. That's my hope.
I caught up on all my shows. I watched Gilded Age. Man, I love that show. I love that history. That is a cool time in life. Really cool between the haves and the have-nots. It's like flying first class and flying in the peasants in the back.
Sure.
When you sit up first class, you think you're somebody. You got steak coming to you, get to eat and everything. Everybody's riding in back, getting some freaking cookies and a deal. And it's just haves and have-nots.
That's it.
And then when you find out someone gets... My last flight, 2 people got bumped up to first class. Well, they went from the have-nots to the haves pretty damn fast.
I saw, let me look this up. I think American Airlines did a deal where you could buy, you could get a card for $250,000.
I've seen this.
First class, anywhere, whenever.
As much as you want.
As much as you want. And then there was a Rothenstein guy, I think was his name. Ended up costing them $21 million.
Yeah, he flew all the time. First class everywhere. I don't blame him. Do you blame him?
And I guess it would bump people. So like if he booked it, it would just, you got the seat, and then they figured it out. He was costing them.
How do they take it away, though?
I don't know. I missed him.
But no, you didn't right there. How do you take it away?
You just say, we're not doing this anymore.
I don't think you can do that once you sell it to him.
They took it away.
Did I tell you about the guy that was in the plane crash?
No.
So I've got a guy, I met a guy, and I'm talking to him one day, and we're talking about travel. And he was fixed to catch a flight somewhere, and he tells me, he said, I only fly first class. And I go, that's the way to go. I said, I try to when I can. If I get a pretty good deal, I'm not going to spend. I never book a flight first class. I always upgrade, because a lot of times you can upgrade. Sometimes I've upgraded 5 and 10 minutes after I booked and got a really cheap deal on an upgrade. Anyways, he told me, he said, well, I used to not, but he goes, I was in a plane crash. I go, no shit. He said, yeah. I said, it was an American Airlines flight. It was going into Phoenix, and the landing gear wouldn't work. And he said it's the loudest landing he's ever been in his life. That'll scratching this thing went all the way down the deal. And he goes, man, they have fire trucks and they pull you out through the doors. You know, got to jump down and go down the slide and stuff. And he got a check for $146,000 and a first class ticket anywhere in the world anytime he wants to go.
Wow.
Same type deal.
Yeah.
And I go, man, how bad were you hurt? He goes, I wasn't hurt at all. He goes, nobody on the flight was hurt.
They just had to
Nobody.
pay.
They all write a check, and if you cash that check, you can't come back and sue them for nothing.
Right.
So they figured whatever, if there was 200 people on there and it cost them $25 million, it was cheaper than having somebody sue them for $50 million for a back or neck, because once you cash that check, you can't sue them, I guess. You settled it. And he gets the first deal. I thought, shit, that's a pretty good deal. Now, I'm thinking, boy, I'd like to have that happen. My last time we come into land the other day, I thought, boy, I wouldn't want to have to go through that shit. I'd shit all over I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, went to the U.S. Circuit Court. He sued him. I don't know if he won it or not.
Yeah, I don't know how they can take that away.
They just took it away. They did away with it. December 13th, 2008, American took the AA Air Pass away. Just gone.
I think they should have to give him his money back. They sold a bill of goods. It didn't work out for them, but they still sold it to them. Everybody that owns a business has had to eat something over something dumb they've done. And it's just, if you've been in business a long time and you haven't had to eat something and lose money on something that you've done, it's just the way it goes. That's part of doing business.
American Airlines reported $23 billion in annual revenue.
Well, they ain't ever on time.
So, even though they lost $21 million in this deal, they still have a
$23 billion.
$23 billion
Last year?
Well, whenever this was written, 2019.
Well, I can tell you that I fly American more than anything. And if I get on a flight of American and I get to where I'm going on time with no lost luggage or nothing, it's a miracle. And I keep flying them. But it is all the time. All the time. Did you see where Theo Huxtable drowned yesterday in Costa Rica?
Yeah, I saw that. That's too bad.
I don't know if he got an undertow or if he got
Rip current?
Yeah, or whatever happened. But that's a sad deal. I mean, I didn't know him.
You got to watch those rip currents in Costa Rica.
Yeah, got the deep waters by current while swimming in Costa Rica. The only time I've ever been in a riptide, and I'm a pretty good swimmer for a fat boy, and I'm not scared of water, and it just pushed me down a little bit, and I didn't try to panic or nothing. And I think a lot of people panic and overexert themselves.
Here's probably where they got pissed, is he was a no-show 84% of his reservations.
That would piss me off when you shut. So he would just book flights and not even show up. That's bullshit. And see, he did that to himself.
During his time, he booked 2,648 flights for him and a companion, and 2,269 were either canceled or no-shows.
Yeah, I would have been the same way. That's bullshit.
So
did it to himself then.
Yeah.
He lost a good thing. And, they probably didn't mind him doing it when he was supposed to do it. But god dang, if you're going to book it, then.
And we don't book that. And now we got 2 empty first class seats, and you're just like, oh, I'm not going to make it. So back to the rip current. I got in one when I was in Costa Rica last time.
Did it push you way down the beach?
No, I wasn't very deep, but I had one of the kids. I can't remember which one. And it was kind of taking them. I was able to grab them and work my way out of it. But it was just knee deep water, maybe a little bit deeper. And it was a chore to get out.
Yeah. I mean,
had we been in nipple deep water or neck deep water, they say what you got to do is you just got to let it take you and then swim parallel to the beach until you get out of it. And then you just
that's what I did. But people, they panic.
Right.
Water's not going to get you if you can swim. It's not going to, it don't pull you under. It just makes you wear yourself out. Did you see what Amron St. Brown's dad said?
Don't saturate the gene pool.
Yep.
You can't.
Black fellas need to breed black girls to have better athletes.
We've already cut you. He told his boys, we've already cut you once.
Yeah, don't cut it again.
Don't cut it again.
You need to marry a black girl.
Don't cut it again.
See, that's what we should be able to talk about this without it being a big deal, because what he said is true. Black people are better athletes than white people.
1,000%.
I mean, if you think I'm wrong, look at sports.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. The best athletes, I hate to say this, play in the NBA probably. I really believe that. Now, I'm not saying every guy in the NBA can play in the NFL because they're not built for it. Most of these tall, skinny bastards now that are playing, especially these goofy, white-looking kids, like that Chet Holmgren kid at Oklahoma City, they're not going to play football. But you take a guy that's a 6'5" point guard, that's a great athlete and stuff, that's going to make a damn good wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I think the best athletes in the NFL are either wide receivers or defensive backs.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably DB.
Those are the best. Defensive back running backwards all the time.
Yeah, the whole time.
I mean, and we got football training camp started now.
It is.
We've got 2 big hunting shows to go, and that's all the hunting shows we're doing.
Thank God.
You ready for this house to be done?
It's ready for it all to be done.
Ready for September to get here. It's hard to believe we're already almost to that point again. Phone's been starting to ring. I've got dates left. I got all November, December, and January. Every outfitter I know is in the same boat we are. Everybody's got some dates left. I talked to a bunch of people, different outfitters at SquadFest, and every one of them says the same thing. Talked to a couple of guys from Canada too that are awful nervous.
Yeah.
No reason specifically. Just the
not a good.
You
feeling.
don't know what's going to happen at any time.
Right.
I mean, they said there is concern that Trump's going to shut our border down as they are the Canadian, whatever, he's a president or prime minister, shutting their border down at any time and just saying, you know what, guys, we're not doing this.
It could happen.
So anyways, that's all we have really. Kind of a did you know, get together kind of a deal. Go check out for the 1000th episode. Go to my IG, jstanfield68. Go to Andy's IG, Andy_Shaver. Go to Stanfield Hunting Outfitters. Go to the Big Honker Podcast. And you will enter to win the 1000th episode. We've got all kinds of cool stuff on there that's not even listed on the list. So go. I got lanyard. We got calls. We got hunts. We got all kinds of things in there. There's a cool box from Pacific that's got the 1000th episode on it. So go up there and sign up for it. And I also will be posting tonight the 100 chances to win a guided varmint hunt with Clay. Spend the night here, have dinner, and do a goose hunt the next morning here. It's 100 tickets, $100, 100 tickets, and winner's going to win that, and that hunt will be in January. So, anyways, thank you.
Who's the quarterback for Seattle?
Sam, or the kid
Sam
that was at
Darnold.
Minnesota. Yeah, why would he get hurt?
No, they're just showing a highlight of Jalen Milroe to JSN. So I guess they got Milroe running with the ones right now.
That don't
But
surprise
Sam
me.
Darnold
Is our starter. They
cashed in.
Yeah,
so.
they're paying him $35-40 million a year. He's not setting.
No. Did you ever watch quarterback?
No, I have not watched it all. You told me it wasn't any good.
I didn't tell you that.
You said it wasn't very good. You said I hate the wives on
I
there.
told
so
you
I
the
haven't watched
women
it.
drive me crazy, but I didn't say it wasn't any good.
I haven't watched it at all. Is receiver on this year again, or is it just
No, it's
quarterback? Didn't they do receiver also last year? I guess.
They did receiver last year.
Okay. Hard Knocks, I guess, will come out next week.
No, probably August.
No, it's usually before they're starting. Everybody has to be in training camp today, I believe.
It's the Bills this year. August 5th.
Is the first.
Yep.
Okay, good deal.
2 weeks.
And that makes it officially that time of year.
Yeah, 2 weeks on the nose.
We'll have a big fantasy football episode out, and we'll have Mr. Trevor Shanahan on again before the season starts and talk about dark horses and all that stuff and who we like and all football
Training camp
related
hasn't
stuff.
started. Who's your Super Bowl prediction?
You're going to laugh at me.
Go ahead. The Raiders, like Shanahan?
No. In the AFC, I'm going to go with Baltimore because I think one of these days Lamar Jackson's going to get over that hump. If Mark Andrews catches that ball, they're probably in there anyways last year. I'm going to take Baltimore, and it's not my favorite team. Everybody knows that, but I think Baltimore in the AFC. This is what you're going to laugh at. The Dallas Cowboys in the NFC. Because I think if the cancer George Pickens, that they can kind of rein him in on offense, that will really help them out. And they're very good on offense anyways. And I think the blue kid, the running back from Texas, is going to be their starting tailback, and he's pretty good. He's fast.
They are not happy with him.
On the blue kid?
Horrible work ethic, they said.
Well, then he may not be the one. If you ain't got work ethic, you're the same as everybody else because everybody's talented there.
Jerry Jones is backhanded Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons.
Yeah, I did see that. I don't know why.
In the same.
I saw that. I don't know why he'd do that.
Made Dak the highest paid player, and he was gone 2/3 of the year.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that. So I saw that J.J. Watt talked about it too. He said, why would you call out your best player on offense and defense, supposedly, over there at work, being hurt? But anyways, I'm gonna take Dallas just because. I mean, what are you gonna take? Philadelphia? I mean, would be the legit. I mean, I'm trying to take. I'm just trying to be different, but I don't know. I think Dallas. Plus, I hate Dallas, and if I'm wrong, I'm happy. Who are
I think
yours?
it's going to be Philly again. And I understand what you said about the Ravens. I just don't think it's ever going to be Detroit's year. Now they lost another defensive guy in training camp. It's
Detroit.
It's Detroit at the end of the day. So I think it's going to be Philly in the NFC. They didn't do anything but get better. They didn't lose anybody.
I don't want to jinx my Redskins. I got to get Terry McLaurin signed.
Sophomore slump's a real deal.
It is.
And then in the AFC, I like the Bengals, but they haven't done enough. It looks like they're not going to get a deal done with that Hendrickson kid.
Did you hear what their owner said today? He said, why should you pay someone who's going to sit in jail?
Trey Hendrickson?
Mike Brown said that. No. The first-round pick, Shamar Stewart.
Oh.
He said, why should I guarantee him $60 million or whatever it is, his first year, $18 million or $27 million, whatever they slotted. He goes, we know that's what we got to pay him, but he goes, I'm not doing guaranteed money. He goes, how do you know he's not getting arrested and set in jail? He said, we're not paying you guaranteed money if you can't play.
Right. And then I'll say it's going to be the Broncos.
Well, they improved a lot.
Philly and the Broncos.
Sean Payton done a lot better coaching job than I thought he'd do. He done a really good job last year. So Philly and the Broncos, Philadelphia and Denver. If it's not Philly, who would you take in the NFC? Would it be Detroit?
Probably Detroit.
What about the Rams?
They're old.
What about the Niners? You know, they got a great roster still. They got wide receiver problems.
Big ones. And they got running back problems because he's old.
He's not that old.
A lot of miles.
He does have some miles on him.
A lot of miles.
What do you think about
if it's not Philly? Yeah, probably Detroit.
What about Green Bay?
They won't win the division. Might sneak in the wild card. They're going to have to watch out for Chicago.
I'm not sold on Chicago, and Ben Johnson damn sure don't need to be on a bicycle.
No.
Dumbass. If you hadn't seen that video, look up Ben Johnson on a bike.
Smoked a motorcycle cop. Smoked him.
When you told me that yesterday, I'd seen the video the day before. I didn't even know it was him.
Smoked him.
Okay.
Yep.
Who's going to win the Big 12 this year? Because your school spent a shitload of money. I think Texas, Ohio State, and Texas Tech is this. That coach is putting some pressure on himself. And now they're saying if he don't win it, they're going to try to get Saban to go there. I don't think Saban's going to go back and coach again.
FSU is where they said he's going.
I don't think he'll go coach. Florida State don't have the alumni to pay the money either.
What they're saying. He's been tied to FSU. Raiders will probably win the Big 12.
I think Tech has a good chance. And make the playoffs. They've spent a lot of money.
Got money to blow,
and they've bought it. And we're going to be talking about them a lot tomorrow. We have a podcast with a guy that's real close to all that. So we're going to have a whole lot of insight on all that. But it's interesting the money that they've spent at the Matador Club. And I think they're getting close to Texas on numbers.
Deep pockets,
money-wise.
baby. Deep pockets.
But I don't think they have the talent Texas has yet.
Yeah.
But they have definitely turned the corner on that. And it's funny to watch Deion Sanders complain about that now. All of a sudden now they need to have some kind of salary cap.
Well, that was another thing Trump stepped off into. The NIL deal.
That's not his deal. It's screwed up, but it's not his. That's not the president's issue. He don't need to be involved in the NIL. Let the NCAA figure that. The NCAA has created a monster, and there's no putting the genie back in the bottle on this.
No,
I don't know how you could even do it.
No,
They
let it play itself out is all you can do now.
The NIL has ruined college basketball. There is no Cinderella teams no more. All the good players that are at like a Ball State or somewhere that's a second or third year player, all of a sudden getting paid money to go to Kansas or Kentucky or Tech, one of these big schools that'll spend some money on them, and they may be coming off the bench where they were a star somewhere else, but they're getting paid, and it's ruined. I mean, last year in the NCAA tournament, there wasn't hardly any upsets.
Right.
The teams that were supposed to win won, and it's not good. The tournament was better when you had a chance of a Cinderella.
Yeah. And I forgot about Rodgers in Pittsburgh, so that'd probably be AFC Championship game, maybe. Probably lose to Denver.
You think Pittsburgh makes the playoffs? Or do they win 9 games like they always do?
If you just look at history, they're going to win 9 or 10 games, and 10 or 11 will get you to the dance.
DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers should be an interesting deal. DK is going to have a true guy that can throw the ball.
And then when they sign Terry McLaurin,
they're not going to sign him. He'll sign back with Washington.
They've got all the money.
Who?
Pittsburgh.
So does Washington.
Pittsburgh's got all the money.
What's Pittsburgh going to trade to get Terry McLaurin? And he's not a free agent. You got to sign him. You got to trade him.
We got money.
Trade him.
We'll work it out.
But why would Washington isn't it? They finally get over the hump. I agree with what they're thinking. $30 million for wide receivers is a lot of money, and there's a lot of good wide receivers out there. But he's been a big difference maker for them. So I don't know who you replace him with. This is the problem. If you get rid of him, you need him. But he would make a big difference in Pittsburgh. There's nobody else to go get. So I think Washington. I think this is going to be just like CeeDee Lamb, and just like every other receiver in the last couple of years. Right. The week before season starts, he'll sign his contract and be there. And I think they're screwing up. They ought to just do it now and get him in camp so he gets repetitions.
Says the Commanders have almost $80 million to spend.
Yeah, they've got money. It's not like they don't have the finances. They just don't want to spend that extra. And here again too. He signed a contract. That's what I don't get.
Yeah,
he's
that's
under freaking contract. You wanted this big deal. You got it 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Play it out. I understand they want to get. They want to make sure they got another contract so they don't go into a lame duck type deal where he has a bad year. But you signed that contract for 3 years. Play it out.
Yeah.
It's
now that was at the start of everything. They're down to 21 million as of a week ago.
Well, but you add 21 million to what he's making right now. They can get around it. They don't have a problem.
New England has 61 million. Detroit has 48 million. San Francisco 47. Arizona 38. I don't even see Pittsburgh on here.
Yeah, they don't. Pittsburgh's got the best contract in football if Aaron Rodgers works out.
Yeah, because he's cheap. 24 million. Pittsburgh has.
That's pretty interesting.
All right.
All right, let's get out of here. Peace. Goodbye. Love you.
Watch for deer. See you this weekend in Delta.